Most people think setting boundaries is about being assertive, saying no confidently, standing your ground. But some of the best boundary setters on this list aren't loud about it at all. They just don't move. And some of the most assertive types on this list fold the moment someone gets emotional. So today, we're ranking all 16 MBTI types by who actually sets the best boundaries, from the types most likely to say yes when they mean no, all the way to the ones who set a limit once and never revisit it. A few of these are going to surprise you. Drop your type in the comments before we start. Let's get into it. Number 16, ESFJs. ESFJs are last on this list, and it's not because they don't know their limits. It's because every boundary they try to set comes with an immediate internal negotiation. I don't want to upset them. Maybe I can just manage it this time. They're wired for harmony, which means disappointing someone feels like a personal failure. The boundary exists, it just gets quietly moved every time someone leans on it. Number 15, ENFJs. ENFJs feel responsible for other people's emotional states, which makes boundary setting feel dangerously close to abandonment. If I say no, what does that do to them? They know what they need. They're just more focused on what everyone else needs first. By the time they enforce a limit, they've usually absorbed a significant amount of damage getting there. Number 14, ISFJs. ISFJs rewrite their own needs before they'll inconvenience someone they care about. It's not that they don't know what they want, it's that someone else's comfort consistently wins. It's fine, I don't mind. They do mind, but saying so feels selfish in a way that's hard to shake. Their boundaries exist, they're just perpetually negotiable under the right amount of pressure.
Number 13, INFP. INFPs have a strong internal sense of what they will and won't accept. The gap is between knowing it internally and actually saying it out loud. I mean, I really didn't like that, but I didn't say anything. They avoid confrontation, so their limits often exist only inside their own head, right up until something crosses the line so clearly that they disengage entirely. No warning, no conversation, just gone. Number 12, ENFP. ENFPs set boundaries with genuine enthusiasm and then soften them the moment someone pushes back. I mean, I know I said that, but I get where you're coming from. They keep extending good faith past the point where it's warranted. The limit is real, it's just flexible in the moment, which is almost the same as not having one. Before we get into the top half, there's a type in the top 5 that almost nobody expects to be this good at holding a boundary. They're not assertive, they don't confront, they don't give a speech about their needs. They just genuinely don't care enough about your reaction to move the line. And it turns out that's the most effective boundary setting mechanism on this entire list. If you're enjoying this, like and subscribe. We put out videos like this every week. Let's keep going. Number 11, INFJ. INFJs know their limits better than almost anyone. The issue is how long they wait before enforcing them. They'll observe, absorb, give the benefit of the doubt, sometimes for way too long, and then one day, completely without warning, they're just done. I've already made my decision. The INFJ door slam is legendary for a reason. It's just a shame the door stays open so long before it finally shuts.
Number 10, ESFP. ESFPs know when something doesn't feel right, but the discomfort of saying no out loud usually outweighs the discomfort of just going along with it. I mean, I guess that's okay. Social pressure is their main vulnerability. They can hold a boundary when they're ready. Getting ready just takes longer than it should when someone is actively pushing back. Number 9, ISFP. ISFPs have firm personal limits. They're just not always communicated directly. I won't say anything, but I won't be doing that again. They enforce through behavior rather than conversation. The boundary holds, the other person just often doesn't know it existed until they've already crossed it and found themselves on the outside. Number 8, ESTP. ESTPs are direct and confident.
but their boundary setting can be inconsistent depending on what's convenient in the moment. Yeah, that's not happening. They hold the line well when the stakes are practical and clear-cut. Where they slip is in close relationships, where enforcing starts to feel more costly than it's worth. Number 7, ENTP. ENTP set boundaries confidently and then treat them as an opening position in a negotiation. I said what I said, but make your case. They're articulate and assertive and know exactly what they want. The issue is they find pushback intellectually interesting, which means a persistent enough person can occasionally debate their way past a line that should have held. You had one job, ENTP.
Number 6, ESTJ. ESTJs are clear, consistent, and don't apologize for their expectations. That doesn't work for me. Here's what does. Where they fall just short of the top 5 is that their limits are sometimes more about structure and control than genuine self-awareness. They enforce rules well. Whether those rules are actually serving them is occasionally a different question. Now we're in the top 5. This is where boundary setting stops being about personality and starts being about one thing: how much someone needs your approval to hold the line. For these types, the answer is not much. Number 5, INTP. This is the type that was hinted at earlier, and here's why it makes complete sense. INTPs don't set boundaries loudly. They don't make announcements or sit down for conversations about their needs. They just don't move. And when someone tries to guilt them into moving, they run into something unexpected: a person who is genuinely unbothered by their reaction. I understand you're unhappy about this. The answer is still no. Guilt is the primary tool most people use to erode a limit. INTPs are largely immune to it, not because they're cold, but because they've already thought it through, and your disapproval doesn't change the logic. That's not assertiveness. That's something more durable. Number 4, ISTP. ISTPs enforce through behavior, not words, which makes them almost impossible to argue with because there's nothing to argue against. They don't explain, they don't justify, they don't give you enough to push back on. That's not something I'm going to do. No elaboration. When an ISTP says it, they mean it, and the complete absence of emotional investment in your reaction makes it stick in a way that a longer explanation never would. Number 3, ENTJ. ENTJs are direct, unapologetic, and have no interest in over-explaining themselves. A limit with an ENTJ comes with exactly as much justification as they feel like providing, which is usually very little. That doesn't work for me. What keeps them from the top 2 is that their boundary setting is driven more by efficiency and control than genuine self-awareness. They hold the line confidently. They're just occasionally holding the wrong line with great confidence. Close, but not quite. Number 2, INTJ. INTJs don't set boundaries reactively, they set them preemptively. They've already thought through what they will and won't accept before the situation even arises. That was never going to be an option. They're also completely unbothered by disapproval, which removes the main lever most people use to wear a limit down. The one edge case is intimate relationships, where INTJs can occasionally let things accumulate longer than they should. But when they do act, it's decisive and it's final. And finally, topping our list at number 1, ISTJ. ISTJs take the top spot because they're the most consistent boundary setters across every type of relationship, including the close ones where guilt pressure is highest and most other types start to quietly fold. They don't improvise in the moment. They've already established what they will and won't do, and social pressure doesn't renegotiate that. I've already told you where I stand on this. No drama, no lengthy explanation, no revisiting. The limit was set, it was communicated, and that's the end of the conversation. That consistency, especially under emotional pressure from people they actually care about, is what puts them at number 1.
So, where did your type land? Drop it in the comments, and be honest about whether you're actually as good at holding a line as you think you are, or whether you fold the moment someone gets upset. And here's the real question worth answering. Which type do you think is the hardest to set a boundary with? Tell us in the comments, because that might just be the next video. If you enjoyed this, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We do this every week. And remember, a boundary you keep explaining is a boundary you're still negotiating. Say it once, mean it, done.